Hey there, Sagittarius. Thank you for your patience. I didn't get to do the readings for the last bit of September. I needed a break, and I took a break, and now I'm not broken. So I'm back, and I would like to get into your reading for October 2019. So please show me energies present for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers involved, anything that Sagittarius needs to know about. Show me the energy present for the sign of Sagittarius, please. So you have the Aquarian card. You could be dealing with Aquarius. The Star, it's about healing, trusting the path that you're on, guidance. It's also about being recognized for your efforts, sometimes big public recognition, sometimes being recognized within the company that you work in. Some of you are tarot readers. Some of you are people who are, some of you are literally celebrities, somebody that works in the entertainment industry. That energy is there too. Show me more. Show me more for Sag. You have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. This is a card basically where we are given a lot of thought to a situation, dug deep. This is soul searching. Sometimes it can talk about not doing the work, but in regard to the Star, to have this here, we'll get more into it as the cards come out to see what else is here, but it's basically going in with yourself, going in within yourself and making decisions, choosing what makes sense for you, choosing what is in your highest right and your best regard, like what makes the healthiest choice for you on an emotional level, mental level, psychic level, all of those types of things that we don't talk about, but we experience, Show me more for Sagittarius, please. You have the Six of Swords. Finding calmer waters, getting away from problematic situations, things that have been frustrating for your emotions and your mind, can be travel. Show me more for Sagittarius. Judgment in reverse. A lot of major arcanas in this. Seems like you guys are learning some pretty big lessons or about to make some pretty big shifts in your life, a big shift in your life situation. Show me more for Sagittarius, please. You have the Nine of Cups. Emotional satisfaction, feeling like you're finally achieving what you want, being comfortable, seeing eye to eye with people that feel good to you, feeling abundant in your own life. Hang on, I dropped a bunch of cards. Show me more. Oh my God. Show me more for Sagittarius. You. Chariot. So moving towards success, things that are easier once we get things kind of ironed out. Bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. So basically the overall energy residing over this reading is it can be stalemate, it can be not certain about the direction that you want to go in, communication at a standstill. Sometimes it's just within ourselves in regard to knowing the direction that we want to go in, and we're kind of keeping quiet about it. I feel like some of you are very much moving towards something that you want in life, but there's kind of like, it's kind of like an energy where, hang on, let me feel this for a second more. It's like where you want to move away from your current problematic situations, but like what you're heading into is worrisome because it's uncharted territory, it feels like. And it feels almost as if like you're kind of critiquing yourself in regard to, am I making the best judgment? Am I making the best decision? Am I using my best judgment in this? But then you end up moving towards something that actually does work for you. It makes you feel better, Don't misjudge a situation that you don't know about yet. Like if you're moving towards something that you are uncertain about, don't start painting it black. How about that? Don't paint it black. Okay, Sagittarius, it feels like the energy that you're moving towards and the direction that you're moving towards is actually something that feels very positive and successful. But I would say, you know, at this point, it feels like you're kind of keeping things under wraps for yourself right now. I don't know if that's because you don't want to express things to others. I don't know if that's because you don't feel comfortable yet in the direction that you're going. You know, it feels like there's some instability here in regard to your own personal expression here. But you're headed towards something very positive, it feels. Let's go ahead and clarify this. Yeah, this one. Could be dealing with a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Virgo, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Show me the star here. Show me the star for Sagittarius. Some of you, you may need to take your time in regard to what you're moving toward. It feels like, you know, you may not be ready on an emotional level. You may not be ready on a spiritual level. And I want to say in regard to the spiritual level, you are ready. If it's being presented to you at this time, you're ready. Move towards it. Trust the process, whatever it is. Some of you feel like you're ill-equipped in regard to moving towards what you're getting yourself involved in, but in the end, it's positive. Show me the star. Show me the star for Sagittarius, please. You have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is having an offer being given to you, and it's like not knowing what to do. You know, here we have the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's about kind of like what I'm talking about, like not certain about the direction you're going in. It's like feeling defensive about what you want, knowing what you want, but feeling defensive about the direction and getting it. It's understandable sometimes, you know, but like you have to push through that fear. You have to push through that worry. You can't let that rule your life, because it feels like you're very supported here in regard to what you actually want, but it's your own hangups that are actually taking you away from that. Hi, honey. You can shut the door if you want and turn on the TV or change it. It's okay. It's okay. I love you. Sorry, you guys. Thank you. Show me the Hermit in reverse. So for the Hermit in reverse, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, this Knight basically is somebody who, sorry, these cards are a little stuck right here. Give me 1 second, you guys, I'm sorry. This is the page. I'm sorry, this is the Page of Swords in this deck. The Page of Swords is about communication. It's about not really having clarity, though, in communication, trying to find more information about what you're getting involved in, what you're seeing. It's about studying a situation. If you need to take time for yourself to do that, there's not a problem with that. But I feel here that there's an energy where it's like, it feels like there's almost a deadline presented to you, or like there's some sort of like need to hurry. And some of you may be having a difficult time like fitting into that. It's like, you know, you have to go, you know, you have to do you have to do something about things, but it's not helpful because it feels more like you are not, it's the timing is not optimal or something like that. It's like you feel rushed. Show me the Six of Swords. You have the Eight of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Cups in reverse is essentially a card of coming back to a situation, you know, whether that be a literal situation or a person, or it could be something that you have been feeling within yourself. It's coming back to a situation to reevaluate it. It's something that you may have walked away from in the past, but now you're coming back to it. And I think, in a way, this situation, if this is work related, it may be something that you've walked away from the past, and now you're coming back to it. If it's it feels like something's being presented to you, though, where it's like you have to make this decision, but it feels like you're ill-equipped. Some of you may be judging yourself, maybe harshly judging yourself. This is also about harsh judgment to the self as well. I say roll with it. You know, you end up with something very positive here, but it's like you have to come back to something. It's like you have to come back to something to figure it out in a different way. And when you do that, then you can move forward with it. It's not about running away from something. It's not about ignoring something. It's about going back, piecing something together, and making the best of it for yourself and your situation. Show me the Judgment card in reverse. So you have the Hangman in reverse for Judgment in reverse. The Hangman in reverse is essentially where we have done the thoughts. We've thought about the situation. We've evaluated things from top to bottom. We've figured them out. We understand it. You know, maybe it feels like we're stepping into things ill-equipped, but we're still moving. We're still moving. We're no longer stagnant. It's like, okay, I think I can do this. Let me do this. Let me try this. Let me go. That's what I'm feeling here. You have the Death card at the bottom of the deck. Scorpio energy here. The Death card is not a bad card. This basically talks about change. It talks about acceptance, knowing about the things that you need to let go of and change so that you can have a greater outcome in the future, allowing things that no longer work to be dropped away so that you can have a better outcome. It's about transformation. It's about whatever you're worried that's not going to work out, it does work out. And this is so weird. It's frustrating me because it's like I want more information about what this is that you're going towards or what you're dealing with. I don't know what you're dealing with, and it's bugging me. It's bugging me. What I feel, you have an opportunity to change your situation. You have the opportunity to move towards something that you actually end up really loving and feeling satisfied in and having a great amount of success in. But it's like an internal turmoil here where it's like you have to go back to the past, or you're struggling with feelings of the past that you have to kind of get on board with to make right, and then you move forward. It feels like you've done a fair amount of thinking, feeling, expressing with yourself, though, to do that. So let's check out this Nine of Cups. Show me the Nine of Cups here for Sagittarius. Please show me the Nine of Cups for Sagittarius. Please show me. Okay. So you have the Five of Swords here for the Nine of Cups. That's not a great combo. The Five of Swords essentially is... I'm feeling that this is more personal here. Not necessarily that you're dealing with the person. This seems like a very personal reading, though. Just like it's not about people. It's more like yourself and the journey. With the Five of Swords, this is basically where we are dealing with self-sabotory lessons, situations, things where we lie to ourselves, things where we hold ourselves back because we are afraid of getting to what we want, what we need. You know, we find ways to sabotage our situation. I think it's important for you to look at that if you're finding that you're doing that, because it feels like that here. It's like back and forth about what you need to do, but then it's like moving towards what you want, but then feeling like you're like doing that ill-equipped. I don't know what this reading is about. It's bugging me. You need to allow change to happen here, okay? You have the Magician here for the Chariot. That's manifestation at the bottom of the deck for that. Now you have the Nine of Cups again. With Temperance. So You need to find balance in whatever the situation is. I cannot tell you what it is because this is all personal for each and every one of you. It's all going to be different. But it feels like a personal life situation, whether it be job, whether it be location, it's a change though. And I feel it's actually asking you, it's requiring you to draw upon yourself in ways that you maybe feel like you aren't ready to do. Maybe you feel like you're not comfortable with that. And so it's like trying to find ways to pull yourself away from it, even though you know what you need to do to get what you need and want. Jesus, I really wish this reading were more concise and less vague. I mean, fuck a duck, right? But, it's back and forth tug of war. Fuck, I don't like this reading. I might just redo it. This might just be a bonus reading. I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna continue on and finish it really quick, and then we'll be done. Feels like you're moving towards what you need to be moving towards. I just think don't get in your way. Don't get in your own way. Don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of potentials and, opportunities that are being presented to you because you're afraid of yourself, because you're afraid of your own potential. Like, don't allow that to happen. Show me here for Sagittarius, please. Show me for Sag. Okay. So, that's the card that's coming out. Trust. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Trust yourself. Trust the situation. Feels like you're fighting against yourself, Sagittarius. I have no idea what this reading is about, but it feels like you're fighting against yourself for your own happiness. In regard to happiness. Give me advice for Sagittarius, please. So you have the Hangman coming out in reverse. So, nothing wrong. These ones fell out too. I was going to let them be, but I am going to read them for you. So first off, the Hangman in reverse. Next, the Magician. Next, the Hierophant. That makes sense. The Ten of Swords. Okay, so what I'm feeling here, Sagittarius, is the need to let go of burden in regard to what you think people think of you, in regard to basically not fitting in, not wanting to be seen as a black sheep, not wanting to be an outcast in your community or in your family, in your religion. It feels like you're going to have to let that go. It feels like there's a huge change here, and it leads to a fair amount of happiness and a lot of emotional satisfaction when you let that go. That feels better. I needed to take a giant sigh of relief. If you're dealing with situations where family, where religion, where, you're trying to uphold what tradition has told you that your life is supposed to be like, it's time to drop that. It's like you have the urge to move away from that, but then you're pulled back into it because that urge is wrong, or that, you've been told it's wrong. It's not wrong. You've been told that you're supposed to be this one way, but you're not. You guys are wonderful. You're magical people. Your entire Sagittarian sign is amazing. You guys are truth seekers and spiritualists. You guys are very, very open to connection to the spirit world. I mean, if you come from a religion that tells you that that's evil or bad or doesn't make sense, or you're wrong for wanting to explore, what good is that religion to you? What good does that offer you? To stifle yourself, to not trust your intuition, to just shut you down, to tell you that the things that you're feeling and thinking are wrong because they don't make sense with an outdated doctrine. What is that? So get in touch with your own personal stuff, okay? Show me the Hierophant. Justice, justice, justice for the Hierophant. You need to cut away what doesn't work for you, and sometimes that's something that only you can do. Do not fall prey, or do not fall to the, idealism of a tradition, a religion. Do not fall prey or, deal to, oh my God, my words, fuck you, come through now. Do not listen to people who are not living your life. Okay? Do not, if they're not in your shoes, if they're not in your underwear, if they're not you driving your car, they're not you. Their idea and ideals cannot be pushed upon you. It is not for them to decide the course of your life. In fact, the 10 of Swords being here, this is about letting it go. It's about letting that tragic connection to people like that with their weirdo expectations and their myths about, oh, you're going to go to hell if you do this, you're a sinner if you do that. Like, don't listen to that. I don't know what religion you believe in. I'm not religious at all. But I don't let other people influence me. And I feel here that, like, you've had a very, very long time of being influenced by people. And it's like, you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid anymore, But you're also having a hard time stepping away from that. So just trust your intuition, trust your guidance. And I hope that this reading's helpful in that regard. Please show me energy present for the sign of Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to hear here? Here. What does Sagittarius need to hear? Nocturna, please show me what Sagittarius needs to hear. You have Conch. Awakening, hearing, call to action, communication. In Buddhism, the conch shell symbolizes truthful speech and strength and is used often in religious ceremonies. In Hindu ceremonies, blowing into a conch shell produces a similar sound to the Om sound and is believed to awaken the ignorant into enlightenment. Blowing into a conch shell is a call to action, but sometimes this action is to simply listen. If you're having communication problems, let the conch shell aid you. If you're having problems communicating your feelings to those that oppose you, those that are afraid of you, what they're doing is that they're actually stifling your potential. You have the Star here, which is a very, very beautiful card in regard to the direction that you're going in. It's about being received and being taken seriously for the things that you contribute, for who you are, what you contribute to this world. It's basically shining your light. I'll say it, your God-given light, And when I say I don't believe in anything, like, I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I believe in Buddha. I believe in the devil. I believe in all of it. And the devil, I don't think it's this little red dude down in the pits of the earth or hell, like, with a little pitchfork. Like, the devil to me is like, self-serving attitudes that actually are detrimental. That's literally what the devil means to me. I'm not worried about Satan or Satanism or anything like that. Like, it's all information. Don't be afraid of information, but also don't be afraid of information that is for you. Don't be afraid of things that are for you. Move forward, trust the path that you're on, trust the feelings that you're experiencing at this time. And if it's telling you that you need to step away from people that are restrictive, and religions or situations that are absolutely restrictive and do not allow you to grow, let it go. So, Sagittarius, that is your reading. I fucking hope this makes sense for you. Towards the end, it made sense for me. It did, but you have the opportunity for a lot of really beautiful things to happen in your life. But I think it's about really letting go of the problems that others put upon you and the problems that you allow others to put upon you. Limitations, not problems, limitations. So, with that being said, I'm going to close this reading out. I hope this was helpful for you. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.